Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. This is our mindfulness lesson and practice. I'm so grateful that you are here today to learn about mindfulness. We're going to begin with the definition of mindfulness. I am Grace. Definition of mindfulness: self-observation without judgment. Present moment awareness with full acceptance. Definition of awareness is presence, focused attention on what is arising as it arises, internally and externally. Inwardly noticing physical, emotional, and energetic sensations within the body. Outwardly noticing external senses, people, circumstances, and environments. Definition of acceptance: allowing each moment to arise as it arises with an empty, open mind. Self-observation without judgment. Neutral witness. Non-reactive presence. Observation while letting go of all judgment and resistance. The goal of mindfulness: to cultivate awareness and perspective on the inner workings of our own consciousness and identity. Making more conscious choices, leading to a more conscious life. To ultimately bring us a more peaceful state of mind and higher quality of life. This would include peace, acceptance, contentment, and happiness in all areas of our lives and in all our relationships. The benefits of practicing mindfulness: reduces stress, anxiety, and depression. Finding more joy in daily life. Increased quality of life. Increased awareness through self-observation and witnessing the mind. More attentive to the self, others, and the environment. Helps to alleviate pain. Assists in improving relationships. Breaks destructive habits. Sparks creativity, innovation, and playfulness. Creating a space for acceptance and awareness of our own thoughts, emotions, allows us to be present to uncomfortable emotions. When we notice our thoughts and emotions from a place of curiosity and compassion rather than judgment and self-criticism, we create a greater sense of peace with ourself. From this space of acceptance of self, we can better cope with, gain control over, gain a sense of relief from, and ultimately let go of difficult emotions like fear, insecurity, anxiety, and depression. Practicing mindfulness meditation triggers the relaxation response and the release of health-building hormones in the body, like serotonin. When we quiet the restless mind and calm the nervous system, we gain a peaceful and secure body, mind, and spirit. Research even suggests that mindfulness helps people to alleviate their inner critic, not to take things so personally. It helps to align us to our own personal truth, to to our own heart wisdom. And that is much better than worrying about what others think of us. Mindfulness naturally leads to self-acceptance and self-love, and love for ourselves exactly as we are. With self-love and self-acceptance, we can more easily face life with an open mind and an open heart, and move forward in life empowered along our journey of ongoing transformation and growth. We desire to grow and transform into higher, more passionate expressions of ourselves. We will want to look at those ways of being that no longer serve us. We cannot change a behavior or negative thinking pattern until we are aware that it exists. Mindfulness awakens awareness, and if we are desiring to grow, the first thing in transforming to higher, more empowered versions of ourselves is to see where our blocks are. Awareness and mindfulness can open up a deeper awareness to our triggers, disempowering habits, insecurities, emotional wounds, limited thinking, and disempowered learned behaviors that no longer serve us. Once we can clearly see our blocks and limitations, we are in a position now to heal and transform them. Research on mindfulness shows that higher levels of mindfulness often leads to happier, healthier, and more satisfying relationships. A happier, healthier you will benefit all our relationships. Relationships with our loved ones, friends, colleagues, communities, and organizations we are a part of. This includes our relationship with our own self through self-awareness. When we develop mindfulness as a lifestyle, we become more present to ourself and others, more attentive to our own and others' needs. We have more patience and compassion for ourselves and others. And we control our emotions in a more mature, calm, and logical fashion. As we come together in community, practicing mindfulness together, we are able to create innovative and creative solutions to major global issues. Together, we can create and implement models for a better world and humanity. About mindfulness. Mindfulness channels our concentration and attention into the present moment. Although mindfulness meditation is the most popular form of practicing mindfulness, it can be integrated into any daily activity, such as eating, walking, working, even while engaged in a conversation. To live mindfully is to live fully present in the now moment. As we awaken to the objective present moment, we let go of gripping thoughts of the past and the future. Therefore, mindfulness allows us the freedom and space to let go of self-judgment and manage intense and challenging emotions so we can experience joy and the joy of being alive. Mindfulness is the choice to be alert aware, and neutral in the present now moment. To be alert and aware in all the present circumstances of our lives, including our inner thoughts, emotions, body sensations, what we are doing, what others are doing, what we say, where we are, and the state of affairs in our external environment. Simply put, when we are mindful, we are fully present to all that is arising in our field of awareness. Aware of what is within the body and without, with no judgment and non-reactivity. When we are not mindful, our mind becomes distracted away from the present moment, and focuses on the past and the future, moving into judgment, reactivity, avoidance, and defensiveness. When we drift into distraction and away from mindfulness, we disconnect from our spiritual and physical selves. We become engaged with obsessive thoughts, often negative, and thoughts that make us anxious and afraid. The good news is that any moment when we remember and we become aware of even negative thoughts, we can return to mindfulness. Return to present moment peace, witnessing with a neutral mind, fully present and aware. We become empowered to choose watching what is arising in our minds, emotions, and environment with the complete neutrality and peace of mind. Every human being has ability to become mindful at any time of day or night and under any circumstance. There is nothing we need to learn, nothing we need to do, nothing we need to know. Certainly nothing to buy or acquire. It comes down to being a simple choice. We can cultivate our ability to be more mindful in our lives with mindfulness practices like meditation, yoga, and stillness practices. Even those who have never meditated before can practice mindfulness by simply taking short, mini mindful breaks throughout the day to be quiet and bask in stillness. And we do that simply by focusing on our breath or another anchor and pausing in silence. You can say that mindfulness is a journey from distraction to presence. We don't reach mindfulness in thoughts of the past or the future. We reach mindfulness when we become deeply connected to the present moment through awareness of the physical body, energy sensations, emotions, and the environment. We cannot reach full presence until we allow the whole being to witness from a space of full acceptance all that is arising in the present moment. Thoughts rooted in the past and the future, regardless if they are positive or negative thoughts, are distractions from the presence. They all occur in the head and create disturbances. Present moment awareness is a whole being experience. of the heart, the mind, the body, the soul, and the outer environment. No aspect of your being is excluded from your alert attention. When you remain addicted to living in your head, feeling as if you need to do something about your thoughts of the past and the future, you disconnect your consciousness from all the other aspects of your being. To bring your attention to where you are now, what you are doing now, how you are feeling now, what you are thinking now, what sensations are moving through the body now, what's going on in your environment now. You involve the mind, body, and soul. Curiosity, unconditional love, and spontaneous joy arise naturally when we let go of judgment and live in present moment acceptance of what is. We see, experience, and respond to life with a gentle peacefulness and contentment. We feel safe in our body and with all that is. Mindfulness is all inclusive. People of all belief systems can practice and benefit from the art of mindfulness. You may or may not be on a spiritual path to be mindful. There are no beliefs to follow or adopt. You may keep your present belief systems, and you may find your belief systems evolve with practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is simple, and mindfulness practices are easy to learn. The most optimal form of mindfulness is to maintain it as a lifestyle. When we bring our loving attentiveness and presence to all we do, say, and think, as well as into our relationships, our lives transform beyond what we can imagine. Mindfulness is evidence-based. It's an evidence-based practice. There have been many studies showing the benefits of mindfulness practice, such as greater health and well-being, a deeper sense of happiness and contentment in life, and more fulfilling careers and relationships. History of mindfulness. Mindfulness has its roots in Buddhist and Hindu teachings. Although a secular practice has evolved through the work and studies of Jon Kabat-Zinn. Kabat-Zinn, a professor at the University of Massachusetts in the 1970s, studied mindfulness, Buddhism, Hinduism, many of those teachers. Buddhism offers a path to enlightenment. Mindfulness is considered the first step in the journey of enlightenment. Buddhism has a term called sati, which includes being fully present to life and aware and attentive to the self. This term sati comes from an ancient language Pali, meaning mindfulness. As mindfulness arose in the Western culture, primarily due to Kabat-Zinn, who brought mindfulness into mainstream clinical practices, Kabat-Zinn's mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, program was launched in 1979 at the University of Massachusetts. Kabat-Zinn found that by being present to physical and emotional pain rather than avoiding it, the pain lessened. His work inspired many studies that document MBSR evidence-based programs showing great benefits in physical and mental health. The MBSR model has been adopted in schools, hospitals, prisons, recovery, and wellness centers all over the globe. This model has been integrated into mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, among many others. There's a quote: "When we practice mindfulness, we're practicing the art of creating space for ourselves. Space to think, space to breathe, space between ourselves and our reactions." Author unknown. Let's talk about preparing ourselves for mindfulness practice. First of all, you don't need anything special. There is no special props needed to practice mindfulness. You can practice anywhere, at any time, in your PJs or your work clothes. You don't need any special cushion to sit on or a fancy meditation room. All you need is some time set aside in your day and a comfortable spot to sit in. Whether you're sitting in nature, at work, or in your home, you can meditate in a park, in a bedroom, kitchen, backyard, family room, wherever you can find a quiet and peaceful spot where you won't be interrupted for a few moments. Second thing in preparing for our mindfulness practice is to know that thoughts truly will arise. Often people begin a mindfulness practice believing the goal is to have no thoughts at all. And if they have thoughts during their practice, that somehow or some way they have failed. This is not true. Practice bringing your attention fully to those thoughts and emotions that are arising. Allow every thought that arises to exist without judgment, without ascribing any meaning to it. Sit with an alert, conscious awareness to that which is arising. One way to quickly redirect a wandering mind is to state to yourself, thinking. Another way is to repeat what you're doing: folding laundry, walking, washing dishes. And to bring yourself even more present, bring your focus onto an anchor, bringing all your attention to either your breath or a mantra or sensation. Another important concept that can help with a mind that wanders into judgment or the past or the future is to create a sense of distance from your thoughts. reminding yourself that you and your thoughts are separate. You are not your thoughts. You don't own your thoughts. You exist completely separate from your thoughts. Often, we have simply entered into a thought sphere, or picked up on another's thought, or collective community thoughts. Realizing we exist separate from our thoughts, that thoughts are not ours, or they're not us, takes away energy, especially from negative thoughts. It allows you to not personalize thoughts or feel bad for having particular thoughts. So you can simply and quickly let them go and return to mindful presence. 3, in preparing for mindfulness, your mind may stray from the present. We are not sure why the human mind strays from the present. Why the mind seeks to be anywhere but here and now. However, this is a phenomenon all human beings share. Although most human beings are unconscious to the amount of time the mind strays into past and future and disconnects from the body and the present moment. Once we begin mindfulness practices, we begin to become aware of our lack of presence and our lack of present moment awareness. This alone is awareness. When we practice being mindful of the present moment, your mind will disappear. Maybe you will think about your mind will wander. Sorry about that. Maybe you'll think about a to-do list, or maybe an upset that occurred the day before or a week before, or a worry about something that you need to do in the future. You will find that many thoughts arise. By being aware of this, you can be compassionate with yourself and lovingly guide your mind back to the present moment. And the more often and regular you practice mindfulness, the less unconscious you are, the more grounded you become in the here and the now. Number 4, judgments may arise. Our intention, of course, is to witness without any judgment, and to witness the present moment as it is arising with a neutral, empty, open mind. However, judgments may arise as we watch our minds. Judgments about our own selves. Judgments about others. Judgments about almost everything and anything. When judgments arrive, we immediately enter into love and acceptance and return our attention to the timeless presence. We never make ourselves wrong. We respond with loving kindness and gently redirect our attention to our anchor and what is arising in the present moment. Mindfully witnessing the thoughts feelings, and sensations that arise in our present moment with no judgment allows us to transform our lives through empowered choice. We can powerfully let go of that which no longer serves us. Let go of judgments of the self and others that don't align with our highest and greatest good. That allow our present moment consciousness to let go of the past and the future so that we can live our lives fully here now. This naturally creates space for our life, vitality and joy beyond what we can imagine. 5. Return again to the present. That probably should say return again and again and again and again to the present. When we lose our concentration on our anchor and become aware that thoughts and emotions have returned, no worries. Return again. Return again to focusing the attention to our anchor, whether that's our breath, a mantra, a body sensation, an image. Return again to our anchor. Focusing the attention to our anchor and continuing to be fully present to all that is arising. When our mind is focusing our attention on the moment and our anchor, we can trust the process. No thought or sensation is ever wrong or bad. Neither is it ever right or good. They are simply what is arising to be noticed, felt, and healed through presence. Mindfulness is truly a practice of ongoingly returning to the present moment, whether through the breath, the mantra, whatever anchor we have chosen. Simply being conscious and aware of what we are doing and what is arising in the moment. When you recognize that you have entered into the past or the future or any form of thought disturbance, it is a sign you have become aware. It is a part of the process of becoming more mindful in our lives. The moment you recognize you have slipped into the unconsciousness of thinking about the past or the future, your awareness that you have slipped allows you the empowered choice to return again to presence. 6. Don't set expectations. Mindfulness is simple and occurs naturally when our mind is present. Practicing mindfulness meditation over time will help you gain more stillness, more peace of mind. However, there is no particular experience we are trying to attain during our mindfulness practice. In order to not be disappointed or set up expectations that fall apart and feel you have done your practice wrong, you need to be open and without any expectation. No expectation for your practice. Please don't set expectations for any special state, whether it's flat, whether you're feeling emotional intensity or blissful communion with the universe. Any of those or more may occur. However, the intention is simply to be present. And present to whatever arises now with complete acceptance. How to practice mindfulness. There are several ways to practice mindfulness. We will be discussing a few ways. 4 in particular. And ecstatic yoga mindfulness practices described below are aligned with 3 to 8 of Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga, 8-fold path. Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. The 4 meditation practices we'll discuss are a morning and evening mindfulness practice, upon awakening and just before going to bed, mindful reminders, a mini mindfulness practice, and a full mindfulness practice. Your AM and PM mindfulness practices. When you first begin to awaken in the morning and just before you fall asleep in the evening are powerful times to practice mindfulness. Below is a very short meditation you can practice both morning and evening to set the intention for living a mindful and present life. This is the formula we will begin with in all our mindfulness practices. We begin first with limb 3 asana, body awareness. Bask in the ecstatic awareness of your physical body. Stretch out your entire body, maybe even a few times. And stretch out so you can feel your muscles and then allow them to relax. Each time you allow the muscles to relax even deeper and deeper. Repeat 3 times to fully ground your attention into your body. Limb 4, breath awareness. Bask in your breath, spending a few moments bringing all your attention to the inhale and the exhale and your breathing rhythm. Limb 5. We're going to withdraw sensation from the external and direct our attention to inner sensation, pratyahara. Bask in sensations and energies within the body. Become aware of your heart beating. Feel that heart beating within your chest, that pulsation within your being. Bask in the vibrations, the pulsations, the warmth, the cool, the energy flow, and the movements of energy within your body. Pratyahara. Dharana, concentration. Bask in relaxed focus. Choose an anchor to keep your mind focused on. It can be focusing on the body, the breath, sensation, a word or mantra or image, holding that single point of focus. And moving into dhyana meditation. Bask in awareness, releasing the anchor, allow the mind to enter into an uninterrupted flow of awareness and meditation. Lastly, samadhi bliss. Bask in the bliss, pure awareness, heightened consciousness, alert, fully present in the now moment, in peaceful surrender. The next way to practice mindfulness is mindful reminders. These are practices that you can do anytime throughout the day when it pops into your mind and you remember to be mindful. And especially and always when you are feeling a sense of conflict, whether that conflict is mild or intense, we can bring ourselves to a mindfulness reminder. Mindful reminder. Mindful reminders you can do anytime, anywhere, alone or with others. They take no time or special actions like sitting. They can be done as often throughout the day as you wish. The more the better. When you feel yourself disturbed or in conflict of any form or type, it is especially good time to practice a mindful reminder. You can go about your day and you may not have time to sit for even one moment. In this case, any time throughout your busy day, you can simply give yourself a mindful reminder by saying to yourself, mindful or present or mindful presence. You can often repeat to yourself what you are doing. Talking to a friend, driving the car. Also, a great mindful reminder is simply to repeat to yourself and begin to practice breathing. Just a simple, few deep, slow, mindful, conscious breaths can bring you back to the present moment with a mindful reminder. Mini mindful break. This is to be practiced intermittently throughout the day or evening when you only have a few minutes. A very powerful way to practice mindfulness is to take several short breaks throughout the day to stop and practice mindfulness. You can practice a short mindful break anywhere, any place, at any time throughout the day. You can create a space for a mindfulness break almost anywhere. In nature, at home, in your living room, in your backyard, in the bathroom, at work, at school, after getting into your car, or after you've parked your car, or just when you arrive home. You can sit on a couch, patio furniture, you can sit on the ground under a tree. You do not want to be driving or doing anything that would need your attention and concentration during your mini mindfulness break. It is very important to be focused solely on the meditation. Steps to your mini mindfulness meditation. Number 1, sit or kneel in a comfortable position. Bask in asana. Bring in your awareness to the body. Pranayama. Bring in your awareness to the breath. And pratyahara. Bring in your awareness inward to inner sensations. 3, dharana. Bring your focused attention to your anchor. a breath, mantra, or sensation. When your mind wanders from your anchor, kindly and gently return your attention back to your anchor. Seal your meditation with surrendering into a meditative samadhi if that occurs naturally. Mindfulness meditation, a full mindfulness meditation, should be from 15 to 60 minutes. And after we go through this information, we're going to all be practicing a 15-minute mindfulness meditation together. Mindfulness meditation uses the same steps as the mini mindfulness break above, with some minor differences. First difference is time. A full mindfulness meditation is longer than the mini meditations. A full meditation is from 15 minutes to an hour or longer. We will be practicing a 15-minute meditation today, as I mentioned. It is helpful when you begin a practice to choose the same time each day to practice your mindfulness meditation. For example, in the morning, first thing when you wake up, or during your lunch break. Number 2, your sitting location. While in a mini meditation, you can sit just about anywhere. In a full meditation, that can be true. However, you want to find a place that can be quiet and comfortable to sit for an extended period of time. So you may need to be a little bit more choosy with a longer meditation. You may even want to choose a meditation spot in your home or a space that is dedicated for your meditations. It can be on your living room couch. However, you want to choose a time when the living room is quiet and peaceful. It is best to sit or kneel versus laying down or standing, because sitting invites more attentiveness, and laying down you may fall asleep. Standing, you may be distracted by your body's tiredness. Sitting suggestions. If you are sitting in a chair, you will want to have your feet connected to the ground below. You also can cross your legs in a chair. If you're sitting on the ground or the floor or a cushion, you will probably want to cross your leg or have yourself in easy pose or lotus, as long as you are comfortable for an extended period of time. Kneeling is also a great option. Choose a position that is comfortable for you to hold for an extended amount of time. Sit upright, allowing for the natural curvature of your spine. Relax your shoulders down and back, and allow your head to sit comfortably with the ability for it to move gently. You may want to close your eyes or just lower the eyelids to your comfort level. Relax your arms alongside your body. Hands can be in your lap, resting by your sides, or resting on your knees and legs. You may use a hand mudra if you wish. Lastly, 4. There's one more after this. Choose your anchor ahead of time. Whether it's your breath, one word, or a very short mantra, an image in your mind's eye, or sensation. You can also Bring your focused attention to a chakra or body part or body sensation. Make sure your anchor gives you a positive feeling and provides positive associations. Notice all the suggested anchors are freely given and are always available within us as a choice. The breath, a mantra, images are all always there, freely available at all times. After meditation, the mind is calm and clear. The best time to journal. This is 5. One more thing about your mantra. The reason we like to choose that mantra before is the moment you get into the part of the meditation where we focus on our anchor, our single point of focus. We don't want to be thinking about and getting our mind into the analytical aspect of our mind to figure out a mantra. We have it right there. We're going to bring our awareness to the breath. Bring our awareness to a mantra. 5, and last, after meditation, the mind is calm and clear. The best time to journal. Have your journal and pen by your side so you have the opportunity to journal after meditation if you wish to do so. Let's practice together a 15-minute mindfulness meditation. And our anchor today is going to be on the breath. So let's begin. I'm going to set my timer. And I invite you to get into that comfortable seated position. Finding that space, getting your body a comfortable position. I'm going to let Xander the cat in. He's meowing. Good morning, Xander. Our little boy. Begin to settle into your space. Straightening the spine, allowing that natural curvature of the spine, relaxing those shoulders down and back. If you're seated in a chair and your feet are on the ground, feel that earth beneath you with your feet. Lower your eyelids or close your eyes. Begin to bask in your body, asana. Begin to notice the physical body. Feel where your body is connected to the earth. You're in a chair, you may feel the chair below you. Your back may be resting against the back of the chair. You're on the ground, you may feel the earth below you. Acknowledge your grounding and the earth supporting your body and physical presence. Simply become aware of your body, 360 degrees. Your feet, ankles, shins and calves, your knees. Aware of your thighs, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your whole pelvic area, hips, sacrum, tailbone, spinal column, all those vertebrae, thoracic, cervical, Feeling the ribs coming around in front, supporting all those organs. Aware of your abdomen, your chest, shoulders, both arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, all those fingers. Fully present to the neck, the front and the back of the neck, and the head, ears, the eyes, the chin, the mouth, the top of the crown. And moving into pranayama, basking in the breath, bringing your awareness to your breath. Feel the air as it passes through the nostrils. The cooler air as you inhale, and the warmer air as you exhale. Begin to slow and lengthen that beautiful inhale and exhale. And simply breathe. And as you continue to breathe and relax the breath, begin to bask in pratyahara, inner sensations, shutting out all the distractions without, closing all that off and taking and directing that attention inward to inner sensations, sensations within the body. You may feel the pulsation of your own precious heart beating in your chest. You may notice energy moving and flowing through your body, through your arms, your hands, fingertips, maybe through the core of your body or your legs, feet. Whatever sensations arise, simply notice and bask in the sea of ecstatic sensation within your body, the pulsations, vibrations, warmth, cool, trembling, flowing of energy. Noticing it all with a neutral, empty, open mind. Simply watching and noticing. Grounding yourself in your body, in sensation, here and now, relaxing the body and mind. As we bring our single focus, concentration to the breath, dharana. Bring your awareness to your breath. Bringing the breath down to the lower abdomen, breathing into the belly button. Belly breathing. Allowing a natural and gentle elongation of the breath. With every breath, feeling your body and mind relax even deeper. Full awareness to the breath, noticing the sensations of the breath as they move through the nostrils in your inhale and your exhale. feeling a deeper and deeper state of relaxation come over your whole being with every breath. Fully present to the sacred activity of simply breathing. If you notice your attention wander from the breath and into thoughts, kindly and gently bring the focus of your attention back to the breath. Continue to keep your attention focused on your breath and the sensations of the inhale and exhale. If your mind wanders, kindly come back to the breath. Make no judgments about the contents of the thoughts. Simply come back to the breath. All your attention on the breath. Natural, easy breaths flowing gracefully and with ease. fully engaged in the breath. You will begin now to allow the mind to enter into an uninterrupted flow of meditation by releasing the concentration on the breath and allowing the mind to enter into a natural state of meditation. Bask in silent stillness. Allow the flow of meditative awareness to naturally bring you into pure awareness, expanded consciousness, silent stillness, bliss. Everything, no thing. Everywhere, nowhere. Anything is possible that is motivated by love. Gently and kindly coming back, basking in the peace you have created for yourself. Feeling gratitude for the practice. Begin to move the body gently, wiggling the fingers and toes. You can sway the body gently back and forth. And when you're ready, gently and kindly opening your eyes. I invite you at this time to bring your journal and your pen close by to your side. Thank you so much for joining me for this lesson. I am Grace. You can go to ecstaticyoga.studio to learn more about our yoga teacher trainings. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste.